Hey guys, we're back with another Master Duel video. So they just released the new Marincess support in the latest patch. So as you guys know, this is a deck that I like playing a lot. I just made a deck profile of it, and now we're gonna play some Marincess in Master Duel. I'm not gonna go over every card like I did in my deck profile. If you guys want more detailed explanations, you guys can check out my deck profile. I'll have a link somewhere and you guys can check that out. But I do want to go over some of the Master Duel specific stuff. So obviously in Master Duel you have access to Max C, and your opponents will also play Max C. So what that means is you really want to be able to counter Max C yourself as well. So what that means is we're playing the triple Ash, 2 call by, and 1 cross out, just maximizing our ways of countering Maxi, because Marincess is a deck that will lose to this card, because Marincess does tend to special summon a lot. So yeah, and I think one play that I might even go for is just Desire right off the bat to try and see one of these cards that can stop Maxi. Just because it's so, such a big, it's not really like a choke point, but it's kind of like, kind of makes you not be able to really play. Because Marincess isn't really a deck where you can go for the kill, like if they max C, get a whole bunch of advantage, like you're probably going to lose the game. So yeah. And besides that, we are running 1 Heartbeast, 1 Cosmic. So I was running the 1 Cosmic in my deck profile for Mystic Mine, but what I find is that this deck struggles a lot with back row decks, and I just wanted multiple ways to deal with floodgates like Skill Drain, or there can be only one. This Cosmic could be a Lightning Storm, but if you went first and you already set up the Battle Ocean, your Lightning Storm is kind of dead, so I am running the Cosmic instead. Yeah, and everything else is pretty standard. We're running the 2 Nibiru so we can cross out. This is another card that we can lose to. Another thing is 2 Veilers and 2 Imperms. This could be 3 Imperms. Imperm is objectively better than Veiler, but what I find is that Imperms kind of clog up your spell and trap zone, because when you do make the link 4s with the Battle Ocean equips, you only have 2 zones, spell and trap zones, and if you have a Cosmic or Call by taking up one of the zones, the Imperm can clog it up. So in that case, it's better to have the Veiler, just so that extra zone you can use it for the wave. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So let's hop right into some ranked gameplay. Alright, so we're starting off here in Plat 2, and let's try to find a match. Hopefully we get some good games today. I know in my Branded Despia video, the matches weren't that great, looking back on it, so hopefully we get some back and forth matches here. Okay, so we lost the coin flip, so we're going second. Okay, our hand is very good going second. We have Ash, Maxi, Imperm. So let's see what deck my opponent's playing against. And it's Eldritch, okay. I think I'm okay with this. So unfortunately, Eldritch is pretty tough, and this is why I had both Harpies and the Cosmic, so hopefully we can draw into them. Okay, there's the Eldritch. Yeah, and I'm holding the Ash just for the Sanguine on his turn. Okay. Sign and mining, okay. So this is kind of interesting. I kind of want to start off with Signet Mining. I doubt this Imperm is going to be very good, so I'm just going to discard it. Because if he has Skill Drink set, then the Imperm just doesn't really do anything. Summon limit, okay. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Yeah, summon limit is kind of tough. I'll still try though. I think if we can thin out our deck enough. Okay, and there's Skill Drain. Yeah, this game is... So I might as well just go for a Slug here. And I know I won't be able to add back with the Slug, but at least I can excavate using Blue Tang. Just gonna chain block here. I know it probably won't matter, but just gonna do it anyway. Hero, Imperm, Pascalis. Okay, might as well just add the Pascalis. So those were all dead cards for us, so good thing we were able to shuffle that away. Let's just get in for a little bit of damage. Okay. And pass our turn here. I think we have a good shot if we can draw into Feather Duster, so we'll just keep playing. I know it's kind of tough in this kind of situation. Our opponent is like way ahead in terms of advantage. They have two floodgates that are really good or strong against us. It's the Golden Lord. Banishing Hero. Or sending to the graveyard, I should say. Okay. If we can draw the Duster, then we'll be in really good shape. We can probably just win the game if we draw Duster. And we have 32 cards in our deck. Hopefully we can get there. It's called by, that's not gonna do a whole lot for us. Yeah, I think that's fine. Tactics. That's not gonna quite do it. We could try and stall a bit longer, I suppose. Even though it might be a little bit futile. In terms of what I want to, I think I'll just set the Pascalis here. Yeah. He does have Concrete. Hmm. I think that's fine. Just go like that. Okay, conk. Scarlet. So Scarlet will just chain Ash. He's probably gonna pop the monster. Maybe he'll pop the back row. Oh, Conk only destroys face-up cards. Huh. Learn something new today. Hey. Just going to call by the Golden Lord. Judgment on that, okay. But he actually did end up using Judgment here. If he can't kill me and I draw Duster, I think we're in pretty good shape. I think I can probably just straight up win. Yeah. I think it has to be exactly Duster though, unfortunately. Oh, but my opponent can make the rank 10 here, can he? Actually, maybe not. Okay, it has to be exactly Duster. No, that's not quite it. I could try to keep playing, actually. But it's gonna be kind of tough. Because he can banish this, yeah. I'll just surrender. Not a very good game, but yeah. I think one thing I probably do want to change here is instead of Cosmic, I should bring in Twin Twisters. Just because in that scenario, typically when you play against Lich, they do have 2 back rows, so you do want to be able to pop both. And the discard doesn't really matter because you have so many cards that just doesn't really do a whole lot against Lich, like Effect Veiler, like the Infinite Impermanence, so you really want to turn those dead cards in your hand into some value. Okay, we're going first this time. Hopefully we can bounce back from that first game. Okay, not the best hand, but this can work. As I showed in my deck profile, any one Marincess monster is a Link 4. So this time we'll do the Spring Girl combo. And here we're going to chain block the Sea Angel with the Spring Girl. Okay. Our opponent doesn't have Ash or Maxi, so that's very good for us. Just going to go ahead and activate the Battle Ocean here. And pretty sure my opponent doesn't have Ash, otherwise he would have... Or at least the Flash would have showed up, so we're just going to special summon from deck. Gonna get Blue Tang. Gonna trigger a Blue Tang effect. Get back Sleepy Maiden. Going to make Coral Anemone now. And here I think, yeah, we can do Blue Tang effect here. We don't quite hit, that's okay. We'll use this effect. I don't think it really matters which one we reborn. Going to make Blue Slug now. Blue Slug, add back. I'll add back the Spring Girl here. I think it might have been better to add back Sleepy Maiden, but it's fine. We'll go into Coral Triangle. So now we're going to trigger this effect and add back Sleepy Maiden. And wait, why can't I use World Triangles? Oh, because I already have the wave. Duh. Okay, that's fine. Making Coral Triangle, even though you already have wave, isn't a big deal because you actually do want this in your graveyard or follow up on the next turn. So we're going to make Aqua Argonaut. And then activate Bad Ocean. Going to equip. And equip. And equip. Now we have Sleepy Maiden effect, that's fine. And we have the Spring Girl as follow-up for next turn. Okay, and I think what I'm actually going to do is just max C here, just in case my opponent has a Kaiju. I have noticed a lot more Numeron players recently, and they do run the Gamma Seal, so he's going to grass, okay. We're going to have to go ahead and counter this, otherwise he's going to get way too much advantage. Okay, and my opponent just scoops. I guess that was the only play that he had. Yeah. So that was a better showcase of what Marincess can do. Just, you guys saw my hand. All I really had was the Spring Girl, and I guess I had the dive as well, but I was able to end on quite a lot just from that 1 or 2 cards. And we had a bunch of hand traps for my opponent. If he had, if he had more extenders besides just the 1 grass, we would have been able to keep disrupting his plays. So yeah, let's do one more game. Currently we're 1 loss and 1 win. I'm hoping to see kind of like a back and forth game, to be honest. First game we kind of got stomped, second game we stomped. So let's see what my opponent's playing this time. Not a great hand, but we do have the Sign of Mining and the Pot of Desires. And we have Ash and Duster this time. Duster for back row decks, Ash for just pretty much any deck in general. We are playing against Fluandereeze. This is a bit tough because we do only have the 1 Ash. Because if they add map, we're kind of screwed. I think I'm just gonna let them go ahead and do this. Yeah, because if they don't have map, Ash is very good. So they get Book of Moon, which is interesting. Yeah, so they're going to normal summon Robina, and I'm just going to change the Ash on that because they didn't have maps, so we're able to use Ash on Robina. They do have Book of Moon, but that's not going to stop the Ash from negating the Ravina. Okay, and they pass with just the one set card. Oh, and we drew into a Seahorse. So we are going to Duster here, because if we norm summon the Seahorse and they Book a Moon, that's going to be bad for us since you can't link with a face down monster. So we're going to go ahead and Duster here. It's going to Book a Moon his Robina. That's interesting. I guess just to prevent taking too much damage. That kind of makes sense actually. Now we're going to normal summon Seahorse. Going to Link. It doesn't look like my opponent has Max C, which is good. Or D-Shifter. That's another really strong card that he can lose to. Not that he can D-Shifter anymore, just because he used Duality and Book of Moon, but if they opened with it, that would have been really devastating for us. Yep, we're just going to go through the motions now. What do we want to do here? So we could Signet Mining. I could make Toad theoretically. I think it's safer to go for the wave first. Just because I don't want to banish it off Desires. And we have more extenders if my opponent does Nibiru us. Oh, I accidentally activated the Battle Ocean effect, but that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and bring back the Seahorse. But to be honest, it doesn't look like my opponent has much of anything in terms of, you know, the big hand traps. Just going to go ahead and do Coral Anemone, add back the Seahorse. Now we can use Coral Triangles effect, discarding the Seahorse to add Wave. So now we can actually fire off this Desires. Okay. It's not fantastic. I think I'm actually just going to dish the Call By because I do want to make Toad here. So what we can do here is Signet Mining, pitch that. We're going to, okay. What I was going to do was Signet Mining, get, I wanted to do Signet Mining Blue Tank, but I think it's safer to do Signet Mining Spring Girl, and then I would have used Dive to special summon Pascalis from deck, and that would have allowed me to special summon both Spring Girl and Pascalis. You could also go for Blue Tang, which is better technically, but just in case, if you want to play really safe and they like stop the dive somehow, it's, you know, better to have the Spring Girl. That way you can still special summon Spring Girl and go into the Link 4. But you know, my opponent scooped. I guess he figured that it's too much to play through. I did Pot of Desires, found you know, Imperm. I also found Call By, but against Fluundere's Call By isn't gonna do too much. That's why I discarded it with Signet Mining. So but yeah, anyway, like even without Call By, I would have had Toad, so that would have been even stronger as a form of interruption. So yeah, I think that was a, you know, not the best. Again, we kind of stunk, but at least you can see how powerful this deck can be. But like I said, it does struggle against back row decks quite a lot. That's why I do have the two back row hate cards in my deck. You could up this to be a little bit more if you constantly see Eldritch over and over again. But yeah, it's Honestly, a Master Duel, because it's a best of one format, it's really hard for a deck like this to kind of like be good against decks like all across the board, you know, just because, you know, Imperm, Valor, they can be good against a lot of decks, but if you face up against Elvish, they pretty much just don't do anything. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that gameplay, and yeah, give this deck a shot. It's really fun. It just came out, and you know, besides the hand traps, it's not too expensive either in terms of URs. The sign and minings you can get from the new structure deck, and really you can just play whatever flex spots that you want. The main core, they're all rares and super rares, besides, you know, a couple of ultras. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.